Okay, so today we are going to learn how to tackle a jazz standard. The jazz standard I've decided to look at is Fly Me to the Moon. You'll probably know the Frank Sinatra version, and we'll try to keep it a bit similar to that. Why a jazz standard? Well, sometimes if you go to a venue or a club and you get asked to come up and play, you might have a book of jazz standards up, and you might have to sight read that on the spot. Um, and that is a tricky situation to be in. But if you know how to deal with one, then you'll know how to deal with a few. Some of them are quite similar, just in different keys and different kind of some different chords. Maybe change a minor for a suspended and things like that. But yeah, it's a skill that you can transfer to all the jazz standards. Okay, so I'll quickly just play through section A of Fly Me to the Moon, which is what we're going to be focusing on. You could get the PDF download on my website or just below this video if you're watching on the website. And I'll quickly just play through it for you and let you see how it goes. Okay, so that was section A of Fly Me to the Moon. So how I tackle these is I look obviously for the key signature, but this one I've chose because it doesn't really have a key signature, which is quite good if it's your first jazz standard. Now you'll see the first chord is A minor 7. You can play A minor 7 all over the neck, plenty of different places. That's up to you how you play it. Even in the same place, there's two different shapes. You've got this jazzy version of it, and then you've just got this standard kind of version of it. It depends how you want it to sound. Again, this gives you a jazzy feel with the bass, but this might give you a bit of a lighter, higher sound with the notes. That's up to you how you want to play it. But you know, find a way that suits you and stick with that. I personally like that one, but that's just me. Some people might find it easier changing from the A minor to the D minor, like that. Whatever suits you, just go for that. Don't worry about the melody underneath the chords just now. We'll tackle that in another lesson. Just stick with the chords just now and get comfortable, really comfortable with them, and then you can move on to the melody. And sometimes you might not even have to play the melody. You might only have to play the chords. If there's a singer or another guitar player doing the melody, then you could just completely forget about that. But just now, just for this lesson, just focus on the chords. So, first chord, A minor. I've chose to stick in the middle of the neck at the moment because this is extremely easy to go up the way or down the way to get to other chords. So our next chord is D minor 7, which is right under A minor 7. And I just play a standard D minor 7, which is like that. But again, you could do it up here, or you could do it down here, if you maybe want to do an open version of it. You do things like that, just change it to what suits you. You don't have to play it in a jazzy style, it's just how we're going to tackle the jazz standard, but you could take this and completely rework it. You could even do blues style. There you go, so you could do blues. So yeah, so the next chord, G7. Now, you could got a couple of places from the G, from the D to the G that you can go. You can just keep going down the way, which gives you a really high, tinny sort of sound, but it's nice and easy to get to. Or you can go down the way and up the strings, full G7, all 6 strings, or you can go for a jazzy G7, or you can go up the way and get a higher, or again, it's up to you, but remember, if you're want to sight read in the future, you want to keep it as simple as possible for yourself. So you don't want to be jumping about all over the place. That's not extremely easy to do at a live show, so it's quite easy. You just keep moving down. The shapes are quite similar, and that keeps it easy and flowing, and it sounds nice as well. So now you got C major 7 and C dominant 7 in the same bar. So you got your C major 7, and then take your middle finger off, you got C dominant 7. Not that hard. So you could do that, again, you could do that anywhere on the neck, but just think about what best suits you and what sound you're going for, and to make it easy for sight reading it. So F major 7, I just again took the easy option and gave it a higher sound again rather than going for a bassy sound. And then you got your B minor 7 flat 5, just playing that there. Now E7, you can go for an open E7, which is quite easy, but the chord we have after E7 is A minor 7, A7. So I decided to play E7 up here, starting on the 7th fret, because then your A minor 7 is actually easier to get to. So although the E7 is a bit of a jump from the B minor 7 flat 5, it's easier in the long run when you go to the A minor A7. So you're always thinking a couple of steps ahead when you're tackling a jazz standard. So now that line would go from your F major 7, now you don't have to do all these bass notes, you could just strum it kind of per beat. That's completely fine, but if you're playing with a singer and it's maybe just you and the singer, then maybe you might want to just change it up a little, just to give it that bit more room and a bit more kind of space. But again, that's something you could tackle later once you've got the chords down and nailed and the song completely finished. So yeah, so do this for all of section A, and then once you've got that, you can move on to section B. And just keep playing it. Try and just do it on your own. Set up a backing track if you want. You could do that, and then just work your way through the song. But as well, you can maybe change it, so you could do some really cool, different kind of open, spacier, kind of prog rock kind of sounding. You don't have to keep it as a jazz standard. You can change it later, but it's just giving you some help and tips on how to tackle jazz standards. Thanks for watching. If you want any help or advice, just email me, tweet me, go to the website, anything like that, and sign up to my newsletter. Going to have lots coming in the future, newsletters. We've got the newsletters currently up and running now, but we're also going to be able to buy lessons that are going to be a lot longer, more downloadable content, hopefully Skype lessons as well in the future, which will be great. They're in the works, and again, you can get local lessons if you're in the Tayside area in Scotland. So thanks for watching.